You know the scene, right? You're at some networking event, you meet someone new, you shake hands, and then it comes, that one single moment we all prepare for. So what do? It's the networking equivalent of "do you come here often?" And for most of us, we've got that polished 1 minute speech locked and loaded, ready to go. But hang on a second, let's really think about that. When do you actually want someone to ask you that question? Is it when they're just kind of going through the motions? Or is it after you've already started to connect and you can tell that they're genuinely curious about you? That difference right there is exactly why we need to rethink our go-to tool, the elevator pitch. It's the first thing we reach for in our networking toolkit, but is it really the best tool for making a genuine human connection? I'm not saying the classic elevator pitch is completely useless, of course not. If you've got a short period of time to make your case in a formal presentation, it's perfect for that. You need to be prepared. But here's the core issue. The elevator pitch is transactional. It's all about a short-term goal. But what if your goal is something more, something that lasts? For that, you need an approach that's all about relationships, something built for the long term. And that brings us to a whole new way of thinking about this stuff. Let's trade in that old metaphor for a new one. Let's talk about corridors of conversation. It's a big mental shift that you have to make. Instead of thinking about delivering a one-way pitch, what if you thought about it as inviting someone on a journey with you? A journey that actually makes them want to know more. Picture this. Imagine a long hallway and it's lined with a bunch of closed doors. Your whole story, all of the cool, interesting details about what you do are all waiting at the very end of that corridor. The problem with the regular elevator pitch is that you assume that the person that you're talking to wants to sprint with you all the way to the end of that hallway, seeing through every door in one go. You're basically throwing open every door at once, showing them the whole shebang before you even know if they're interested. And honestly, that's just overwhelming. It doesn't work. So how do we do it differently? Well, the secret is actually pretty simple. You have to let them open the doors. Here's how it actually works. The next time someone asks you, what do? Don't give them the grand tour. Just give them a little taste, enough to make them curious. Instead of that whole minute-long thing, maybe you just say, I help tech startups find their first 100 customers. That's it. Wait. You've just walked them up to that very first closed door in the corridor, and then you watch and see what they're going to do. Because there are really only two kinds of people in this situation. The ones who care and the ones who don't. The ones who care want to know more. The ones who don't just say that's nice and let the conversation move on. When people do care, when people ask a follow-up question, how do you do that? That's a signal. That's them asking, can we go through this door and see what's next? It's that simple. Let people ask you to open the next door for them. You give them a little bit more information, walk them to the next door, and then you wait for their signal again. See how this turns a monologue into a real conversation. It's a game changer. Why is this so important? What's the real payoff here? Well, it's about building a completely different and frankly much better kind of professional network. Think about the benefits. You immediately stop wasting your breath on people who aren't engaging with you. They're not really listening. You focus all of your energy on people who are genuinely curious. And when you do that, conversation by conversation, you start to build real trust. You lay the groundwork for authentic long-term relationships. And you know what? It just feels more natural and less salesy. The whole point shifts. You're no longer trying to just complete a transaction. You're trying to build a meaningful connection. And that's where the real value is for you and for them. So with this, the next time you're in one of those conversations and you hear that question coming, just pause for a second. Ask yourself something first. Are you just riding your elevators, looking for that quick transactional moment? Or are you building corridors patiently, inviting people on a journey that could lead to a really valuable connection?